What goes on? What's the deal, gang? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the show. How's everyone doing? How's everybody doing? So, I believe we have news coming up here, right? We have PPI. Yeah. I was gonna trade PPI. I was gonna sit down and be that guy. I'm glad everybody could finish that. I'm glad everybody finished that sentence for me. All right, so we have news here in a couple of minutes. I will trade the after effects of news. I'm not looking specifically for a news trade. Let's drop some ranges. They're pretty heavy here. Got some heavy hitter ranges. Bada bing, bada boom. 90, what about 70? It's the hourly. I think right here. It's not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay, so we're looking lovely. This would be great if we have no news here. This is looking like decent volume. Great drop here off the 5, about 50 pip drop. Yeah, I would look for this to finish out the range. The issue is we have news, and we might finish out the range. We might tap 76 here and start driving. Yeah, this would be a situation where I would have that paper trade idea, and that paper trade idea, the entry would be right here, and the stops would be right here. This would be my paper trade. But we are not doing that right now. News is in 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1, boom. Or, no boom. Boom shakalaka. Zoom door. Oh, yes, admit. Got you. Got you. People at the Zoom door. So how would this work typically? Once this pulls back, right? If we jump down to the 1 minute, we would typically have a buy stop right here on the break at a high. But I'm not doing that until after the inauguration, until I see the news driving actually, instead of coming back in a range, because lately we've had news push like this and then next candle right back into the range. So let's just see what happens. Nope, not doing that thing again. How did it drop? We have results. Bad news. Bad news, bears. Bad news, bears. Where it's coming up bullish. That's the rebreak right there. You typically would be in right there off the rebreak at a high, but lately it hasn't been driving. It's been pulling back. Maybe it'll drive here. No, this makes full sense. This should be going up according to the news, right? Both folders came out in the same direction. Bullish for gold here. Well, they gave pretty much 10 pips on the dot. Yeah, the spreads are high. For some of you, leverage is less on futures. I think the leverage drops from like 200 to 1 to like 25 to 1 during the news. Wait, I got an email about that. I want to see. Or is it only for stocks or margin changes for US economic news release for PPI indice margins to 25%. So 25% is 50 to 1 instead of 200 to 1. Right? Because 25% of 200 is 50. So it's not 25 to 1, it's 25%, which makes it 50 to 1. Spot prices and futures are not perfectly not lining up. Do they ever? They never perfectly line up. The only time you get a perfect lineup is if you've been like mugged, robbed, and I don't know, shot at, hit by a car, all by different people, and then they ask you to pick them out of a lineup, and then the whole lineup is every single one of those people. That's a perfect lineup. Other than that, we have to wait here. If this fucker flipped, this is what the fuck has been happening. Why is this pulling back in range, knowing that all of the fucking, right, all the news, all the fundamentals, everything's bullish. Everything's telling us bullish, right? Besides the daily candle. Support held, bounce off support, flip bullish. Yeah, higher time. I don't know. You're in court right now? No liquidity. Well, good luck in court. Yeah. Not guilty. Y'all got to feel me. Straight up. I'm a duty? Jury duty? No. They tried to get me once. I walked in and I told them, hey, I don't care what the case is. He's not guilty. They were like, why do you think? I said, because I think all cops lie, and I know for a fact he's not guilty. And they were like, all right, we don't even need you for a second day. See you later. They kicked me out. I didn't want to sit there for a fucking court trial. Who the fuck wants to do that every day? Nah, I got shit to do. They can figure it out on their own. I was thinking I could take the 5-minute wick fill. That's not happening now. Why? It might happen. You might get a super wick fill. Yeah. Did you sleep better last night? Yeah, I actually did. Wix 9. What's the joke of the day? Smart money concepts is a profitable strategy. Already back in a range within the 5-minute after news. Yep. Oh no! Fights out! I'm about to not. Yo, lights out. Guard your grill. So much you could learn in a courtroom? Yeah, like what not to say to the fucking judge next time you're there? I know. Number of viewers decreased after that? Yeah, the number of winners and successful traders also decreased after that. What do you tell a person with two black eyes? Nothing he's already been told twice. That's out of the how many cops does it take to change a light bulb joke. That's out of that. That's out of that same book. What's the answer? None. They just beat the shit out of the room for being black. Oh man. All right. Coming back now. Wow, breaking the lows. So much for that news, huh? So much for the bullish news. This is what the fuck news has been doing to everybody's wallets and mindset. Now we're gonna trade the after effects of this, and the after effects of this are probably the hourly closure. I mean, we'll see, but we shall see. Oh, I think by tomorrow, or maybe by tomorrow, I'm gonna be accepting crypto payments to unlock the vault. So if you want to hop into the Signal channel, crypto payments should be live. I believe tomorrow, or by tomorrow even. I have so many people hit me up just crypto paying. Why are you guys laundering money, all of you guys? Why does nobody have a fucking card? What the hell are you guys doing with crypto? Because we don't trust banks anymore? Yeah, but then the same people are like, no, we need banks. We need big investors. Banks are controlling everything anyway. Like, bro, you gotta have some legal funds. 100%. Yo, gold doesn't know what to do. We're gonna end up closing within the range and ranging for the next hour, and that's gonna be it. But yeah, crypto payments should be live. I got a lot of people. I got maybe 12 to 15 people that all don't hop into the signals because they're all waiting to pay with crypto. Crypto illegal? No, I'll take it. I'll take it. So let's see what's going on. What's going on in the world today? Honestly, as long as we get down here below the most recent, right here, I think we should be fine. The key will be entries, and if we can map those out right now as well. So 2674 here, as long as we close below it, will be an entry area for the next 1 hour. If it closes above it, but below 2676, we're looking at 77.4 and 79.3, 79.2 for entries. Okay, so these white lines, these are entries that I would like to get. I would also, typically, this is a place where I would be in right now as well. I would be taking sells, but we have news playing out. We haven't even had 15 minutes since the news drop. It's only been 12 minutes. So I'm going to let this play out because typically this is where you'll see this candle when it drops like this heavily outside the range, pulls right back into a range. The very next resistance it taps, it'll start filling the range. Unless there's news, and you don't need a catalyst to drive up at that point. That's the news. The news is the catalyst to drive up the point. You don't need to tap a level to drive up at that point. Why is my 4-hour closing hour 20? Because I'm on gold futures and you're on spot gold. So on spot gold, it closes in about 17 minutes here. But it doesn't matter if you're on futures or on spot because price will be doing the same thing, pretty much the same thing. So it's up to you to identify it. Also, not just the higher time frame, but from the higher time frame to the smaller time frame. You got to do top-down analysis. I don't know why I said dot instead of yes. Yes? I don't know how we just went into Russian. I spent the entire morning fucking speaking Russian. It's hard. It's hard sometimes to switch over. Like, right? I'll spend the morning speaking Russian and my thought process is in Russian. And then all of a sudden I got to, go to school, go to here and switch over to English. And it takes a second for your thoughts to switch over to English too, right? Because you're thinking in a language also, right? So I was thinking in Russian but speaking in English. Now I've switched over. Now we're on the same page. Now we're thinking and speaking in the same language. You speak better English than Russian? Yes, I speak better English than Russian, yes. Do the little ones know how to speak Russian too? Yep, every single one of them. So I'd rather speak English to them, but I make sure I talk Russian to them so they learn it and don't forget it, because it's going to be beneficial for them. Do you dream? And I don't dream at all. I have no dreams. Wick's been loyal, Don coming back, gets triple the likes and views. How's that work? You know what's funny? I hopped on not a back testing, a forward testing session with Don over the weekend. Right? We just kick it. We don't talk about no stream, nothing. We just kick it, but it's crazy. Nothing has to do with Don. It's crazy how we're on a 73 win streak and there's 400 people watching instead of like 4,000. And then some blonde bitch loses every single trade in a week and she's sitting there with 5,000 live viewers, everybody losing. But as long as she could do this, there's viewers. You know what I mean? Did the Nova America? Yeah, a long time, 30 years. Long time. Long time. No drama, no views? True. You guys trade quite different now? I wouldn't say so. Not quite. We have very similar foundation. Life ain't fair, man, is what it is. Yep. I ain't complaining. Just a little bit. Why me? Yeah, just playing. You know what happened to the last person who had a dream? Yeah. Ever since that day, I was like, oh, you had a dream? Nope, no dream. What are you talking about? What dream? I never have a dream. I don't do dreams. Nightmares only, baby. Can you look at the 15? Yeah, we can look at the 15. We're not gonna do shit off of it. Yeah, I see it close below the recent, but didn't close below the overall. I want to drive here on the hourly. It's still news time, right? The 30 minutes doji like an asshole. The hourly's about to close doji like an asshole. Like, this is ugly candle, right? We just went 80 pips in each direction, and we're right back to where we started. They literally took the same sell last week. Aloedan was in Forex and it didn't work out. And Wix was in Futures and Pineapple down. You talk about Friday? Yeah, I know, because Don hit me up in the evening. He was like, yo, let's do a back testing session tomorrow. I was like, all right, let's do it. And then the next day we hopped on a back testing session and ooh, actually it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter, but we couldn't finish it. Don's a newbie. Don's been doing this as long as I have. We pretty much started trading at the same time. There was just a period in our trading where something must have clicked for him. Not the way it clicked for me, but like it clicked where he just took off at one point and like just, and then it clicked for me and then I was like, all right. Then y'all helped it click for us. Yeah, I mean it when it clicks, it's like, you know, it's not like people get ahead, right? When it clicks for them, but when it clicks for somebody that's behind you, they catch up real quick. It's like you've been running, losing everybody, and then next thing you know, someone's right next to you. You're like, oh shit, what's up? You're like, I found the same shit you did. See you later. Yeah. Don's a G. He's got the streaming thing figured out. He's got it figured out, like where, like he's figured it out how to get 100K subs, how to get 100K followers. Like he's figured out some shit that I haven't. The blueprint is drama. The blueprint is drama. I don't. I'm not a big fan of drama, bro. I'm too old for drama. Like this shit just. It's like a crutch. No, I literally when like I don't argue with people. I don't waste my breath. In real life, like here we can kick it, right? Because like I get to speak for 2 hours, so I can present any kind of argument I want. But in real life, if we disagree, right? Like we'll agree to disagree. Like because you know if I agree with you, we'd both be wrong. So I'll just agree to disagree and like, bro, I don't even care. And if you continue trying to prove your point, I got these headphones that I carry with me. They, bro, literally, honestly, my book bag has like 4 sets of headphones that I don't leave the house without because, like, this is the minis. I got the big ones actually right there on the bench outside. Like, you continue talking. This is what I do. I just go like this right in your face. I just walk the fuck away. I will not fucking argue with you. I don't give a 75 win streak? No, 73, but close enough. 73 in a row. Don's streaming New York quite longer than you. Don's been streaming New York sessions since 2019. I've been streaming since 2022. And it wasn't New York. I've been streaming New York less than a year. It's been 6 months for New York, and it was 2.5 years or 2 years of Asian session. Views are the same. We've been between, so we're gonna top out at like 550, 600, which is like every single day is the same. We get our peak concurrents are between 550 and like 650 every day. I think your stop loss would be smaller, let's say 50, but I don't have a stop. I don't know, like when I do this, this isn't my stop, right? It's not there. It's non-existent. That's why I just leave it where it is, right? I just leave it like so people know where the entry is, right? Maybe I'm not gonna put this thing on screen anymore, and you guys, right? What if I just enter a trade and just leave it like this? Or if I just don't put this thing up on a trade, right? Just put in an entry and that's it. I don't have stops. People think it's people think my RR. So the only RR that I had anything to do with was the fucking railroad crossing this morning that kept me late to the stream. What made me switch to futures? Lack of options. Right? My broker wasn't taking US clients anymore and forced me to take my business elsewhere, so I took my talents to the futures market. Beefs aside, any reason why Dr. Holmes is not shirtless today? I don't know. You gotta ask Dr. Holmes. Why is Forex not allowed in the US? It's allowed in the US. Trading spot gold is not allowed in the US, but Forex is. You can trade Forex on regulated brokers. Definitely, probably, not probably, definitely with less leverage, but you can still trade it. I mean, if you can trade one, you can trade the other. It's fine. This is like breakdowns themselves. The buttons are right. The buttons and the mechanism is a bit different, but like that's not the problem, right? The problem for people is learning how to trade. Once you learn how to trade, it doesn't matter where the button is or what color it is, right? As long as you know how to trade, you'll click it. Yo, this Dr. Holmes is moving up in the world. He made enough money to get a shirt. Next thing you know, he's gonna be in a fucking button down tomorrow and a fucking tuxedo jacket by next week. Maybe a tuxedo jacket and a pimp hat. He's slowly fucking building himself up. You know how in video games you can dress your character and you gotta go spend money on their clothes and buy. You gotta earn the money. You gotta pass a challenge or two, pass a level or two. Friends don't let friends dress stock. You gotta go for the aftermarket jeans. The aftermarket pimp kit. Little by little, that's right. World crazy as hell. I like to stay in my zone. 30 minutes with close below. I hope there's close below. Nick never has close below. He's on a beach. Can't blame him. Yo, Nick.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Did you guys see the red panties in my thumbnail? Did you see the floating red panties in the thumbnail? Anybody? Anybody catch that Easter egg? Yo, shout out to Martin for throwing that in. Hey, whose mic is that? Is that LaShawn? You stream hopper, we got you in 4K. We got you in 4K, LaShawn. Oh man. I seen your mic go. I seen your mic turn on. Oh man, I seen your mic move. Yeah. No, I'm not blaming you. There's a lot of people that got down on here. Probably 430. Around 430 people are stream hopping. Wait, what was he saying? What was he saying? I was like, wait a minute, Don on here? Am I Zoom? No. I see the panties. It's Victoria's Secret edition. Would you advise someone if he's profitable and want to stream? Yeah, it's made me a better trader. If that's really what you want to do, right? Because it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of time and effort, and it's a big commitment. Because if you're going to do it, you got to do it every day. You can't be missing days, otherwise your crowd won't stick with you, right? And it's a big commitment. For me, it's made me a better trader, exactly, because it's made me more accountable. Streaming makes you more accountable. Right? Usually you're not accountable to yourself. You know all the bullshit about yourself, and you're okay with all that bullshit, right? And you just deal with it on a daily basis. Over here, you are not going to be okay with that bullshit. Brings on a whole new level of scrutiny. So the hourly just closed there. It's a great closure. Let's see if we can get to our areas here. We might have a position a little bit before that white line, like right here. I'm taking a sell. Just took a sell, 26,765. All right. I didn't really see a flip. I seen about 10 pips, but did not see a flip. The advantage point is the flip here. That's the advantage point. All right, and closing full right there for 32 pips. Congrats, everybody. 32 pips. Bagged First thing in the morning, break of dawn, and now I'm yawning. Ooh, wipe the dirt out my eyes to see who's this paging me and why. 32 pips for yours truly. W. W, 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 W. All right, we will set up again. All right, hold on. Let's put this cells plus 32. Win number 74 in a row. Mind fucking blown.
Boom shakalaka! He's on fire!
That's win number 74 in a row. Win number 388. Put some respect on it. Sniper entry, the fucking Wix 9, the magician, yo. Look at this shit. Wow. Chat, what do we do here? We either win or win, right? That's all we do. Win or win. You really don't have another choice here. We sniped the shit out of that. Bang. Edge to edge. We edging. Same cell still holding? No. I closed. There's a strong support here. Well, not a strong support. There's a strong rejection area. I wouldn't say it's a support, but there's wicks that run across here, right? That we just bounce off of right here. See all these wicks that run across? So I closed full here. There's a chance right there at the tip of these wicks. This might be the extent of the drive, and then it starts pulling up. If it's not, great. We break down here, and then NYC open. We take another top wick here, somewhere in this area, to bring us down here. Okay, we'll have our chances. Let the market pull or push or whatever it is. Let it push, right? Because it could still. Why sit here? You can close this. It's going to re-break highs, and you can get a better entry up here, right? But it's just at this point, you already created a wick. Take your, secure the bacon. Make sure this is at very least house money, right? Make this a risk-free trade if you're still in there, because it's highly likely if it re-breaks highs here, you might get a closure back in range, right? So you don't want that. You want to see this drive down here heavy and then finish out the range. You want to mirror this just on the way down. You don't need 100% of the move, but if you take 10% of a 100 pip range 10 times, I'll do you right. Anyone who thinks signals aren't cheap, you paid for off in one day using a 0.2 lot. Yeah, I mean, signals, if first trade should pay off your fucking signal subscription for the year. First trade, and we won 74 in a row. We haven't lost a trade since November. We either win or win. If we won already, we win again. We should really have improved crazy since like back in the days. Oh yeah. I know I have. I feel it. Like I can tell by my trading and by looking at my terminal. I would have to scan really far in that terminal to go see something red. It's yeah. And I can feel the improvement. It's like looking in the mirror and seeing a new muscle, right? It's like you don't see the reflected on the scale, but you see a new muscle. Same thing. Same thing here. Hold on a second, chat. Damn it. I said flex. Flex, chat. Flex. I got a little vein popping out in the middle of my forehead. And if you don't see the vein popping out the middle of your forehead, you ain't really flexing. So just flex till that wing. Everybody got the little Y vein, right? You got a little vein that makes like a little letter Y over here. It's gotta pop. Nah, just do the fuck. Yeah, I got a vein that runs across my forehead like this. If I like, if I really strain. Yeah, usually you only see it when you get the McBricks. Silent flex is nice to watch. Nice. Harry Potter scar. So that's what. Yo, that's so funny. My daughter got a Harry Potter scar. She had 5 stitches when she was 2 years old. She ran right into the corner of a door jamb. I've learned so much from Wix Q2. I'll be moving some money from my 401k to my trading account. So to increase with the family. W. Just don't put it in my MAM. There was no need for PPI. I got no need for Coke and Speed. I got no urge to binge and purge. Ha ha ha. What has happened with you and Don? Nothing. That's my boy. I literally just said we were on the phone for like hours over the weekend. That's the homeboy. I'm just trying to be like him. 100K across all platforms. I'm gonna be like Don. Boyfriends? No, we got a bromance. Yeah, I think a lot of people are on a streak. There's quite a few people in the Signal channel that are on active streaks at like 25 in a row, 30 in a row. There's a few people in the Signal channel that are on some streaks of their own. So we haven't moved yet in this hourly, right? This hourly candle. We will though. We will. NYC opens coming up. We're below the range. This was a heavy drive down. We're not just gonna all of a sudden reverse in one candle start coming up. The market's gonna need to finish out the range. So if I wasn't streaming, I'd probably just be stacking sells, waiting for this to come down because it will. But since we're streaming, we're looking for high quality entries, right? And high quality entries will set up again once we push down. I think I was at a 45 trade win streak before I messed it up. You lost? I was 100% sure you're like on a massive streak right now too, Turpy. When did you lose? Yeah, you were actually the main person I was talking about. I know you were like on a massive streak, and then a bunch of people reached out to me like, Wix, I won 22 in a row, 25 in a row. That's good though. 40, man. Nobody's students are getting 40 wins in a row. Nobody. All right, we're pushing here. We're coming down. Came down quite a bit from our entry. I don't like that previous 15, but I'm really happy that there's only 2 minutes left in the current 15, that it's closing down. If we can just start breaking these lows, there he goes. Push, 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 push. Push. Push like you in labor. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Break the lows here. Haven't lost since mid-October. That is fucking skills. Soul skills. I don't know if it's soul skills, some kind of skills. Didn't break the low ski. Not a big fan of this. Yeah, this should come down, but I don't like the fact that we did not break these wick lows here. Makes me a bit skeptical. XAU USD didn't break down wicks. Well, I'm not on XAU USD, but it did break down here. It broke the lows. It didn't break the lows on futures. Which one of you's lying? Which one of you lying here right now? I think the futures are lying right now. I think we should it should be coming down. Shouldn't be holding this area. After how long consistency? Can you say I'm consistently profitable? Are you in the blue? Are you profitable in the grand scheme of things? Like at the end of the oh no, we don't do it at the end of the at the beginning of the day, at the beginning of the next day. Are you overall in your trading career, since you figured out what Forex is? Are you down or are you up? Like, have you made all the money that you've lost learning? Have you made it all back? Yeah, no, you're just, if you didn't make it all back, you're consistent, but you're not profitable. You're still in the red. Once you make all your money back, you're consistent and profitable. That's when I'll say you're consistent and profitable. Once you've made everything, single dollar that you've ever invested into Forex, once you've made it all back, then I would say you're profitable, because it takes some type of consistency to make all that money back. And if you've made it back to where you're in the green, so now you're profitable, you're consistent and profitable. I don't care for winning streaks. I care for long term, right? Unless your winning streak is really long term. You're down 200K? Yeah, I was down somewhere around 150K when I just started. Why is it coming back up? Maybe because she pet it. Hey, yo. Where's Caviar when you need him? Chat, don't sweat the petty stuff and don't pet the sweaty stuff. Okay? Looks, what were you doing before trading? Like JOP? JOP funding? Jalop on a jet. The first profit was trading Ethereum. That was my first profit. I made like 40,000. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So that was my first profit. That shit went real quick. The job I had before trading, I owned a business. The last job I actually had that was a 9 to 5 was in 2009 when the recession happened. Some of you was like, yeah, Wix, you fucking caused it. No, my last 9 to 5 was when the recession happened. I was doing financial consulting for a bank in New York. And then when the recession hit, I took my talents to South Beach. How'd you start trading? The dude that introduced me to trading, he was on here yesterday. You guys seen him? Focus? The dude Focus? He used to work for me. And one day he came in and he quit. And I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to work the rest of the day today. I'm done. I'm going to be trading. I found this trading thing. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, Forex. You ever heard of it? I was like, nope. And then for like, he's like, Forex. I'm like, bro, I wear a medium. He's like, no, Forex. You ever heard of it? And we sat down. I closed the office and we just sat down. And for like the next 3-4 hours, he would show me what the fuck he's doing and like the trend lines and structure and fucking the indicators and the stochastics and the Ichimoku and the RSI and the MACD and the Bollinger Bands and the Fibonacci and the EMAs and the SMAs, and he literally taught me all of that. And then right in front of me, like there was a trade coming up. This was like noon. He's like, "What? Like, watch. I'm gonna take this trade." And then the trade went in profit, and he closed it. And then he turned around, and he's like, "You see, bro, that's why I'm not working today." And then he packed up his fucking laptop, and he walked out. And then the last thing he said, "Call me the Pip Whisperer." And then he walked out. I was like, that did not just happen. Fuck this business. I'm gonna trade. That's that dude Focus that was in the chat yesterday. Yeah, and that's how he was saying. He's like, I just introduced you to it and you ran with it. Yeah, he's trades too. Oh, he's right there. He's right there. W to him. What's up, Focus? Yeah, without Focus, ain't no Wix 9. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I'm the Pip Whisperer. I remember it like the shit was yesterday. I remember sitting in the office. My mind was blown. I was like, wait a minute, you did what? How did you do that? What did you just do? Explain it to me again. Signal link. That's not the signal link. The signal link, you would have to exclamation point signals, and it'll come up. Right there. There's the link. Spot spot gold. Let's go to spot gold. Looking very similar. I mean, it's got the same range to fill. Except this range would have been down here. We still have the same range. It's just not created by the most recent price action. It's created by price action from last week, Wednesday. We still have range. This line right here, this white line, this is not a support. This isn't a resistance. This is an area where I would like to take sells off of once we blast through here and break the previous candle low. Once we pull back up to this area is where I'll look for entries to come back down. You have a personal futures account just funded? I don't have a funded account. I have a personal and a business futures account. I made exactly 1%. I just sniped 2 trade back to back on day now 13 win streak. Yeah, I'm locked into winning streaks, right? Like that's the goal. The goal is to be on a winning streak. Your goal is to show up. That's your job. Show up every day and win. If you win today and then you show up tomorrow and you're selective with what you're doing, right? And you're patient and you get your shit, you get your entries and you win again, boom, you're on a streak. All you got to do is just keep going on the winning streak, right? You got to make sure the streak doesn't end. Show up tomorrow. Make sure you're patient enough to not end your streak. Go on another streak. You lose, you come back, and you got to stay extra patient to make sure you go on another streak. $9.24 here. NYC open here in about 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes. I expect volume. I would like for us to push down now on this 5 since we've already tapped the resistance area. I don't want to come back to 76 areas. I'd want to break down now so our top wicks top out at around 74 areas. If it doesn't break down now, it's just going to be a little bit more waiting. Right, 5s are printing a range side by side. 15 so far has not driven down. If it closes like this, it's a leg candle. Highly likely the next 15 will come up, right? So this is good. This is good. As long as it keeps coming down here, the steeper the drive down here, the better for us. We want this to drive freaking 50, 100, 200 pips down. The steeper the drive, the better, the easier it will be to get into a position on the next candle. So, lock in. Interesting. I can see how it gets easier to enter trades after a streak though. You're on phase by 75 wins in a row. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it builds confidence. The only thing is, like, it's like, well, will the streak end today, right? After a while, like, you start, I don't know. I haven't really been getting that, but like now that I'm thinking, I think it's just kind of like coming on. We won 74 trades in a row and like, are we going to get to 75? Like, and I have the utmost confidence that we can just keep going, but like at some point, right? It's inevitable. At some point there will be a loss, right? And I just try not to think about it, but I know it's going to sting because it's going to stop the streak. It's probably going to make me think a little. All right? So like, I'm not planning on it. I'm just aware of the industry and the possibilities here. And I know it's not likely for someone to win 75 trades, 74 trades in a row, right? So the chances of us getting to 100 are like, in a row are slim. So at some point it's like around the corner. That loss is around the corner. So I just keep kicking that can down the road. I'll see how long I can keep kicking it for. Just jinx this? I don't believe in that shit. We gotta talk about it. You can't like not discuss shit because you feel some type of way, like, you feel like it's gonna ruin now. Like, what's gonna matter is you not thinking you were jinxed. You gotta know that, hey, I know this shit. It's not about jinxing. It's about being patient and, taking your positions. But yeah, losses are inevitable. It's just a matter of time, Eventually another loss will come up. What's the biggest win streak you've got? This. I've never won 70 trade, let alone 60 or 50. No, we've had streaks of 32 in a row, of like 18 in a row, 20 in a row, multiple times. But 70 in a row, 74 in a row, no. Your process you created got you here. Just keep going. You are the algo. W, it's all happening for you. I love it when you say that. I know you've been saying that forever. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. Yeah. Even for 10 pips, 73 straight wins is difficult. Yeah, but it hasn't been 10 pips. It's been 30, 50, 25, 40. Yeah, sometimes but it's been a rarity that we get 10 pips. It's been more like, 30 to 50 pips. Those 74 in a row. Is focus trading the same way? No, I don't think so. When we're deep in pineapple, some of those entries are losers, but the trade itself, because there's like 5-6 entries per trade. No, I trade nothing like him. Yeah. But he's still, he's not over here you're trading the wrong way, or like he does his thing, and he's here to support and just vibe out, right? So not everyone here trades the same way I do. A lot of people trade their own way and they just show up here for the vibes, right? Or for the company. Yeah, NYC open here in about 30 seconds. I'm not a big fan of this opening. Not a big fan of this 15 closure. But you know what I will say? It's holding. This is a little resistance, this line here on a smaller time frame. If it holds below there, it might be holding resistance. I'm going to need a drive. This is too many candles printing side by side here. Or literally right next to each other. It had a chance, right? It could have broke down here. It could have broke down here. It could have broke down here. It didn't. It had a chance. So we're going to need to see that break. I'll support until the wheels fall off. We go back like Cadillac seats. 100%. Yeah, there's some more waiting involved here. That 30's gonna 30's flip. No, 30's making a top wick. Jesus. Oh Lord, Jesus is fire. Yep. I would love to take this top wick entry here off the 30, but this ain't it. That closure is not it. Closing within these previous wicks, and then you drop down time frames, right? Doji candles indecisive. 5 inner range. We keep holding this support. We're gonna wait for actual push of the market for a drive. Even if this flips bearish right now, right? We're gonna wait for the drive. If it comes up back into the range, things will change a bit. Once it comes up into the range, we can take buys at a range 2 breakout, and for a range 2 breakout, we're going to need to, because this is what you have ranges looking like right now, right? You have range 1, you have range 2. You can take buys anywhere above this area, right? So you would need the market, besides pushing up, it would need to push through all of these, whoops, wrong way, wrong color. It would need to push through all of these areas, right? And now you can start looking for buys. Or it doesn't even have to be that high. It has to just be above here. So above this yellow, this red line, right? Over here, you can start looking for buys. Now, we can get buys sooner than that, but only if you form a range within range 2, right? So if you're able to now form a resistance up here in range 2 and do something like that, fucking colors, man, right? And do something like this, right? You've established another range. Now this is your range 2. As soon as you get out of that range, right? Once you start breaking these highs right here, as long as you have a wick, which would indicate a range to fill, right? We can look for bottom wick entries off a support here. Where do we see support? We see an area here. We see an area here, right? So we can say, all right, as the market comes down, if the first thing it does is give you that bottom wick, it's going to have to get back to a resistance area, either here or here. As long as you get this entry down here, your advantage is to flip. Second advantage is to fill the wick. And if you're wrong, let's say you're wrong and the market goes against you, you'll have a really good opportunity to manage risk because your entry is down here and the market is going to need to bounce off a resistance to drive. So it'll create a top wick eventually. Even if this candle drives through and plummets, a candle will have to come up and create a top wick to bounce off. There's no catalyst to drive the market. The orders are going to drive the market. So it's going to need to grab orders. If it's going to need to grab orders, it'll bounce off a resistance. Highly likely either here, which means you'll be break even, you'll get a chance to close, or up here, right, before flipping and driving down, which means you get to play this range as your profits, right? So how much is that range? Yeah, it's about 15, 17, 18 pips. You can play that as your profits. Just the difference. Even though it's going to be coming down against you, you can still get the W because you're ahead probability-wise. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Anyway. Ooh, people at the Zoom door. Bam. Gotcha. 49 on the Zoom. I don't know if we've ever had 50 on the Zoom. Can you consider the same trade we had previously on the 30? No. Because it didn't, this was a driving candle, right? The previous 30. This 30 right now, when we took it, the previous candle drove. We had range to fill. We filled it already, right? We know gold is very good, is very technical. It's very good at creating highs and lows, right? Which it created a low here. Bounced off resistance, retested the lows. So it creates lows and retests them. Creates highs and retests them. All that means it fills ranges, right? In this case, this was a wick fill, right? We know it created a low. Once it finds a resistance in a trending market with structure, gold will retest the low that it made. So it found a resistance, retested the low that it made. Now we're just bouncing up and down in a range. I don't know which bounce is going to drive us out. I know that initial bounce will get retested. Outside of that, now I need another drive. Believe that. That the idea behind the celery, creating the range and then closing above it. Yes and no. The celery was just a bullish break of a bearish candle at a support or a bearish break of a bullish candle at a resistance. That's all the celery was. And then people started identifying it as like the 3-bar play, which it really isn't. It's just a break, right? Because this is a support, right? So let's say you had this how we would identify sellers or back in the day, right? It's kind of irrelevant right now, but let's say this is a support, right? If we have this and then we have this is a celery play. Now people always thought how it would have to look like, right? You would have to come out, create resistance, and then entries here. That's the celery play, right? But it doesn't necessarily have to, because if you do this, right, and then you get this is also a celery play as you're coming down. So this, in this case, you're getting an onion. The onion would be the bullish closure at support. The celery play would be the break of the previous bearish candle high on a bullish candle at support. That would be the celery play. Okay, it's this break is the celery play, this closure is the onion. I mean, we notice them and we can pay attention to it, but it's not going to determine whether we get in a position or not. Well, not anymore. It used to, not anymore. Maybe 3-4 years ago, that would be a determining factor. Not anymore. Now we try to get in before that. Okay, let me bring it back. Bring it back now. Now before this break ever happens, right here, we try to be in somewhere right here by basing all of this, right, by zooming out, right? When in doubt, zoom out. We go to the higher time frame candle, realize the closure on the higher time frame, whatever, see that this is respecting support even though it closed bearish. The higher time frame is probably a massively bullish candle here, so we are looking for that bottom wick entry off of support right here. You see that support where we come up from, right? This is what we're doing. We're doing technical analysis. We're doing, right, a study of historical price data. And historical price data tells us we came up from this level. So if we have a bullish push and we get back to it, that's a pullback. We're going to come right back up. So just keep things logical. Keep it in perspective and stay patient. You'll be fine. So in this example you just gave with managing, let's see, when would be the moment you would manage to, there's the loss if it keeps coming down. What does need to happen? It would need to start breaking higher time frame lows, or having range 2 breakouts against you, and it would need to pull back up and start driving off resistances where you're like, all right, so we're coming down off a resistance instead of continuing the drive up. I'm in the wrong. I got to manage my risks here somehow. And you start, and if you're in pineapples, you got to see which pineapples make sense, which don't, because there's high likelihood if your pineapples are correct, you don't have to take a massive loss. You can probably really manage your trade by not panicking and losing your shit and you know, having your thought process and your mental clarity go to shit when you're in drawdown. No, you can't have that. If your mental clarity is all there, you have to think logically and see, hey, well, pineapple here at this area creates a nice, will drive me down to, or will drive me up to a resistance from where we bounce from. So if I'm able to pineapple, for example, at a support area or these wicks, and I was in a buy right here and the market's come down, highly likely if my pineapple from here, and you see from these areas, at the very least will bring you to this area. Right? So then you start planning, all right, pineapple's here. If it's coming to at least to this area, I'm break even here. This could be profits, right? Off the pineapple. If we hold now the pineapple and get a bullish closure, I can probably add another pineapple, right? And if we just break down, you get a closure below the range here, you close it. That's the nature of the game, nature of the beast. It's you have to be fluid. That's you have to be. The market is not static. It's very dynamic. I talked about this before. That's why I don't have stops and I don't have TPs. I don't trade with levels with predetermined profit area or stop loss, because the market is so dynamic. It constantly updates. It updates on every closure, from the 15 and 30 closures, every 5-minute closure. There's more data, and you can utilize that data to your advantage to either update the areas where you're wrong, update your profit areas, update your target areas, update your pineapple areas, right? Every candle closure is more data that you can use to your advantage. So since it's all very dynamic, my risk management stays very dynamic, and it's different. I don't have a set area where my stops are hit. It's going to change based on, or it's going to be determined based on the way the candles print throughout my trade. But I have every possibility of that trade, whatever it's going to do. I have it already pre-planned. If we go in profits, if we go into drawdown, if we can start closing against us, if we start getting heavy pushes in our direction, right? I'm approaching the trade with the thought process, all right, if I'm wrong here, where will I have a chance to manage risk? First thing I ask of myself, if I'm wrong, how would I manage risk here? How can I possibly be wrong? What will the candle have to do? And then in my head, I picture what a candle will have to do for me to be wrong. And then I work it out, cycle it in my mind, like what areas would pineapples make sense in, at which area will the market give me a chance to get out and manage risk while I'm wrong, all of that. When that moment happens, when you get closures, when do you know if you should play the difference in the wicks? It starts printing on the smaller time frame. You'll get indications on the smaller time frame, and as you're getting those indications, they have to be lining up with the higher time frame. Like you're getting indications of a move in one direction, you gotta look at the higher time frames as well and say, well, how far do we have for closure? What are the chances of it driving that way with that much time left for a close? And just you start working through it. Zoom door, gotcha. Damn, 50 people in the Zoom. That's our record. That's our record for Zoom. W gang. Holy fuck. How do you only got 400 viewers? Not even 390 right now. Record Zoom, record wins for trades at 74. Yeah, 74 wins in a row. The record Zoom attendance. Dr. Holmes wearing a shirt. I don't know. Did hell freeze over? What the fuck's going on? I don't know. I don't know. Positions right now in this range are like a 50-50 thing. All right, taking a buy here. Previous candle closed bearish, but if you take a sell here, you're in a range. The 15 closed bullish, right? So are you creating a top wick for the 30 and the hourly, right? Or are you creating a bottom wick here for the 15 to flip bullish? Like, which one is it? Right? So it's a 50-50 area here. Let the market make a decision, and then you'll hop in or hop on, right? You can be in right now, right? But the most recent price action should create a steeper top wick on the hourly here, technically, right? But the higher time frames are so bearish that it just, I would rather wait for it to do it. You're playing the time frames against each other, and it's doing pretty much the same thing. Trade any other instruments except gold? No. No, gold is it. Dr. Holmes wearing a shirt is wild. True. Hell didn't, but Atlanta did. Atlanta freezing. Let's clear all of that. Yeah, it's 50-50. You let the market show its hand here. You don't need to be 50-50. Did you take a buy? I just spent the last 15 minutes talking about how a position in this range is not high, wouldn't be a high quality decision. And the first thing you guys asked me is, did you take a buy? No. Just let the market reveal, show its hand, tell you what it's going to do. Is it bottom wick for the 15 here? Is it a top wick for the 30? Right? Which one is it? Buyed or sailed, surd, explanational? What the fuck are you? What are you saying? Ooh, looked like the 30 was gonna flip bearish, and the 15 said, She. Your England is perfect. That's a good one. True. Word, can we pay attention to the language we've all agreed on? Your England is perfect. I earn England from my master. You guys are such fucking trolls. Harusian, so bad. Yes, Russian. Eurusian? So bad. Bro. I don't know what the hell blew it means. Oh, like blew it? Bluet? Bro, I don't know. You're trying to type Russian with English letters, and your name is in Chinese or Korean, whatever language it is. I don't know. Mandarin. Arigato. If you look at this 5, this is so ugly. Yeah, I don't. The market needs to decide what it's gonna do here, up or down. I'm gonna need it to make a decision. see what spot gold's doing. Oh, it's just spotting. We spent the first 8 minutes of this candle making a bottom wick. Maybe it spends the next 8 minutes driving up. Or did we spend the first 20 minutes of this 30 making a top wick, and maybe we spend the next 10, the last 10 driving down? Which one is it? God damn it. Buddy, hello from I'm India. Buy or sell, master, please. Yes, yes. C. C. Choppy price action. Well, pulling up here. Very nice. Market decided to come up instead of down. We have a 4-hour closure, futures closure here in 6 minutes. We're going to see this through. If we close bullish but below 76, I'm still looking for sells. As long as this candle close below 76. But if we start pushing up heavy now, it might be no entries off the beginning of the hourly. We might have to wait. It's really, honestly, a lot's going to depend on how the next hourly opens and how this one closes, and we have another 5 minutes, another 6 minutes to wait on that. Also, I'm so high, I'm on auto. Nah, it's that time, chat. Hello, that guy. He became, what's his name? Kabi? Like, so brilliant, just with that little pose of like, hey, this is like common sense, right? He's beating common sense into with just one look, and that made him fucking rich and famous forever. Bro did this emoji. Yeah, he just did that and became famous. It's like a Calvin Klein or like a, what is he? Like a Fendi model or something. Excuse me. Damn. No top wick on this 30. I would rather it be a weak 30 closure than a no top wick closure. Because a no top wick closure will be a heavily bullish candle. It'll be a really weak 4-hour candle. But if you get a weak 30 here, even though it has range up, that means next candle has a chance to come up because there's range to come up based on this 30. But the higher time frame will be bearish, so it'll be a chance for us to come up, grab top wicks, and then probability will dictate that we're going to drive down, and at that point we're hopping in on those top wicks. But we need a weak 30 and a strong 4-hour. Not the other way around. Regardless of wicks, right? Wow, it's fucking Brick City outside. I'm fucking shaking. Holy shit. I just walked outside and I'm doing the Harlem Shake. God damn it. I could be in a Missy Elliott video. Fuck, it's cold. $55 pip day, you gonna hit for the vibes. W. How we doing? How's the market printing? Let's look. Oh yeah, this fucking. This ugly. You guys remember that song? Who remembers Bubba Sparks? You guys remember Bubba Sparks? He became famous with that song, Ugly. And then he dropped a banger with Jada. What you know about Andy Dufresne? I know that he crawled through 2 football fields full of shit and excrement and came out the cleanest man ever. That's what I know about Andy Dufresne. Get busy living or get busy dying. That's right. Chat, that's our new drinking game. Every time I cough, you gotta take a drink. You gotta take a shot. Yeah, I play it with my kids all the time. All right, kiddo, drop the pacifier. Go get the Henny. Boom. We got a closure. If we get a top wick here, we'll be in here 2680.5. 80.5 will be an entry. Right here. If we're able to get all the way up there, I don't know if we are, but if we're able to get up there before creating a bottom wick, I'll be looking for sells at that area. Let's see. Okay. All right, chat, take a sell right here. Just took a sell right where we are. As we tapped, I was looking at these areas, the previous support turned resistance. Maybe we get a nice bounce off of there. If not, I'll still be looking for this area up here for a sell. Didn't quite get, we got really close. Shoot. Once we re-break the high here, I'll take another sell. Right there, taking a sell right there. just got in another position as we took an entry off here, off our level. My next area for sells is 2682.2. Chat, I'm gonna get in a position right here at a resistance area to the left right here. And 82.2, 82.3, the next possible entry. Yeah, 80, 82 flat maybe, 82.2, 82 flat, but I'd like 82.3. Right there, taking a sell as we hit 82 flat. Nine. What a push. No bottom wicks on this candle. Nothing yet. I expect some bottom wicks to be made on this 4-hour candle. And if we hold the support, I would expect a next candle to create some bottom wicks. Don't know where the volume coming from, but it's coming, and we're taking another sell right here, right as we just tapped that area. Just took a sell in that white line as we tapped it. Possible entry. My next possible entry would be this area, 2686. 2686. Yeah, there's no catalyst for volume. NYC Open has played out 40 minutes ago, an hour ago. So there's really no catalyst to drive up besides levels. But if there's levels, then we need to come grab orders. No bottom wicks, nothing, just continue to drive up. 4-hour closed bearish. I would expect this 4-hour to come down and grab orders. Yeah, this is wild volume straight up, but it's gold. It's gold. We haven't seen a no top wick, no bottom wick 1 hour in a long time against structure. We shall see. A little confused here. The 4-hour on my broker is still open. How is that possible? Why is it doing that? Anybody have an answer for that? I don't have an answer for that. Why is the 4-hour on the broker still open? Interesting, interesting. I don't know. I don't know why the broker is still open. No clue. All right, closing full here at 11 pips right there. Just closed full, 11 pips. W. W, 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 W. Sorry. Combined 8 positions, 11 pips. Yes, sorry. Just closed full. I don't like the fact that we're pushing back up in range. Market gave me a chance to get out. I closed. I'm going to get a lot of haters. Oh, you got 8 positions? You closed at 11 pips? Yes, the market gave me a chance to get out, and I closed. And I'll take my 11 pips, and I'll run with it, and I'll wait for it to set up better than pulling back in a range for 150 pips, or whatever it is. That's why I fucking closed. What a fucking closure. Bang. Market gave me a chance to get out. We got out. Fuck you, market. You were still in drawdown, closed for a loss? No, you didn't. If you closed for a loss, that's a W, because right now, look where the price is. Maybe give us a heads up. I did. I said I'm closing right here, and then I clicked it. I didn't even click until I said it. I saw break even, and then I was like, all right, do I close break even, or do we see this pop to the support? and it gave me 11 pips, and that's how we closed. W. Looks I just came to close yet? Yeah, we closed for 11 pips. I closed B, but thank God I clicked cross button. Yeah, look at this shit, just came right back up. The market gave us a chance to get out. If you looked at the smaller time frame, it made a bottom wick. Wait, where's the 5? Right there. It closed right at the tip of this wick. I saw it approaching this little support, right? This little, it's not a support, but it's an area we drive from. It's a support turned resistance. Now it turned support again. So once we tapped that area, I said to myself, I'm not taking any extra chances here. So I just closed. You're still in? You're ahead probability-wise. You might make a really steep top wick. I don't know how many pineapples you have left, but if you're still in now, you're not behind in the trade probability-wise. You're behind in the trade money-wise, but you're not behind probability-wise. So if you're still in, you map out your pineapples until you get this closure. Until you get these closures above here. I think above 90 even. This wick. So right here, this area. Until you start getting bullish closures above there, you're technically still ahead probability-wise. On the higher time frame, but look, you don't have a bottom wick, you don't have a top wick. Yeah, the 5 pulled back, but that's a 5. You know what I mean? So if you're still in, you're still ahead probability-wise, and I would go off of that. I would either wait till you have 2 reasons to close here. You're either behind in a trade, or you made profits, right? I closed because we got to profit area, and market gave me a chance to get out. But if you're still in, right, you didn't get profits, so you can't close there. And you're still ahead probability-wise. You're not behind, so you can't close for that reason, right? So you're kind of logically, you have to keep this open if you're still in there, because logically speaking, and probability-wise, it should still come down. Yeah, it made a steeper top wick, but it should still come down. I took your second position. How are you in profits? I closed 8 positions total. Let me go back. 10. I'm sorry, 10 positions total for 11 pips. That was my total profits. 11 pips. Gave us a chance to get out. The issue was waiting for a closure. It's a 4-hour candle, so you might be waiting for a 4-hour closure here, right? But think about it. This is 4 hours. It's not. What the fuck is this? How do I close this? Market doesn't just, right? It doesn't just do this. Like this right here is not going to happen. This isn't going to happen. It's going to leave top wicks. It's going to pull back. If it, it's going to do shit like this. You're going to have, this is the higher time frame, right? So it might take some time to play out, but you're not going to get that straight drive up here right now like this. That shit ain't going to happen. If it happens, it'll pull back really heavy. Market doesn't move in a straight line, right? So as long as you're mapping out your pineapples at the proper areas, you should still be ahead, right? Entry right here, 2684. Entry right here, 2686.1, and you'll build yourself up to be ahead in the trade. When in the blue, it's on you. Sure, MT5 haters will shut. You know what? Eventually, I think we will start doing that I just really want to make sure that what I can show and what I can't. I was just talking to Don about this. I was like, yo, man, now that I'm on like a regulated broker, you know, and everything's copacetic, I don't mind showing the terminal, but like I gotta know what comes along with that. Like what can I get in trouble? Can I not get in trouble? Will the CFTC care? You know, I don't know. Does that make me now does that make it not for educational purposes if I'm showing a live account? You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of trouble I can get into, or maybe there is nothing that can happen, right? Throw a disclaimer up. I have a disclaimer. I probably got to have one running on the screen at all. Like, I don't know if that's a smart thing to do. I might just have like nah, you a target. I'm coming. I might just have I might just do like videos of our trades, of like the after, or maybe just in the terminal, do a video of the terminal but not show the broker, or I don't know, maybe I can. I don't know. Disclaimer. Maybe I'll put it on a wall behind me. Oh, yeah, first of all, let's get rid of this. There wasn't a massive amount of profit on there. It's 11 pips, but you got to remember it was 10 positions. It was basically it was an average of like 1 pip per position. But it was money made, and it was a W. And I think anything plus minus 5 pips we count as a break even. So anything within 5 pips, right, of entry. So if we made, you know, 4.5 pips, that's a break even. 5 pips and under, it's a break even, whether it's a win or a loss. I show my terminal, and in my description I say, "Don't follow me. I'm a dumbass." See, I don't even know if that's good. Like, I don't know. I gotta find out. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT later. I'm gonna talk to my attorney, Mr. GPT. Yeah, it sucks holding this. I don't know how you guys are managing risks. It sucks if you're like pineappled out. But if you can take 10 more pineapples, you should not be stressing. Right. If you had one here, if you had one here, you had one here, you had one here, you're still ahead. I mean, if you're taking these pineapples, technically. Got roasted? Why? Why did nobody close when I closed? Let's say it was a 4-second delay. And let's say you're still negative. Let's say you're down 10, 15 pips at this point. 20 pips. Is it the ego? Is it the ego that you're holding? You're like, oh, no, I could get it. It's going to come for the flip. Or like I closed and you're expecting it to drive to make more money. Ego. Usually it's the ego. I will concede that when we closed, about 30 seconds later, well, after sticking around at this area, it went bloop, straight up. I'll concede that, but you had a good 30 seconds to make that decision. Minus 18 pips, but I closed with you. That's not a loss. 10 positions. If you had minus 18 pips on 10 positions, that means 1 or 2 pips any direction is like, you know, that's 2 pips in another direction. That's 20 pips. So you really, 18 pips is not a loss when it comes to like the way we trade, or it's not something you should even care about. Like if you're down 15, 18, it shouldn't matter. If you're 10 positions deep, if you're pineapples deep, man, it's probably more risk than you want to have on the table, right? That's not a loss, man. That's 1 or 2 pips in any direction. Yeah, we would count that as a loss on here, but like for yourself, for your account, no, that was a great risk management idea, because you know you can make that 18 pips you can triple it in the next trade. Our previous trade was 32. Oh wait, let's add that to the record. First of all, I am not skipping this W. It's still a W. Sells. No need to overdo it with the caps. Plus 11. Yeah, if it moved a pip another direction, it would be a plus 1 pip for me, right? You know. Because I had 10 positions open. Why not buys? Okay, let's go into it. 4 hour, the higher time frame is closed bearish, massive bottom wick to fill. I still believe we will come down. I know we are driving up. I still believe it'll come down, come back down here. Maybe not to fill the wick, but price I think will come down in order to grab orders and drive up if it is to drive up. If it's not to drive up, then yeah, it'll come down and drive down and great. Everybody's happy. But if it's to drive up, there's no catalyst that there was no news that dropped. There's no NYSE open, right? That was an hour ago. And London hasn't closed. Like, it's not the London closure that's bringing the volume. So you're coming up here, and if you are to drive up, market needs to pull back and grab orders. It doesn't move in straight lines, and I think that pullback when it grabs orders can be very, very steep. FOMC members spoke at 10 a.m. Fuck that bit. Did they? Member Schmidt? What the fuck did Schmidt do? I mean, if it continues up, chat, remember that name. Remember the name Schmidt. Because he's got some sway in the market, so. What a Schmidt show. Oh, fucking Schmidt. Gold will, for the most part, retrace back. Yes, it will. Did you get that pineapple? Where was it? Off the 30 here, right? Right there. Did anybody get that? This was the first one we marked off right there. Actually, let's go back. We'll have it marked off. Why do we not have it marked off? Yeah, because it's going to come down. Yeah, that 30 area here is lovely. I think we had it marked off at some point. I thought about it. You see that? This area, market taps, drives heavily down. Strong area for a pineapple. You can't wait for this area, though. You can't wait for this top wick to be created on a 4 hour. Like, how often, especially with futures, how often you get an 80 pip top wick? No, it's typically off a 5 minute. 5 minute off the 15. You don't get this heavy pullback on futures. But I will say this, right? This wasn't really a trending market, right? I mean, yeah, we have structure, but on the higher time frame, right, we're in a range. This fucker closed in a range. It'd be a trending market if we closed somewhere down here, right? But look, we never broke that high. I really think we'll pull back here. And until you're behind in that trade, it's not like you shouldn't close. It's just your hands are tied. If you're approaching this like an algo, like a robot that has no feelings, right? A robot is going to have parameters set, right? And those parameters will be bullish closure up above here. If this was a bot, right? If this was a program bot, then you'd be looking for bullish closures above here, or it'd be looking for a TP, or it'd be looking for a 10 pip profit, right? But it's not looking to close as you're driving up here. That's only your emotions looking to do that. That's right. The same way you didn't take profits here because it was your ego looking to do that, not logic. But logic and the algo and the computer and the bot, they would just go follow the parameters. And if the parameters are set, there's nothing else they can do. Don't know. I don't know. I believe you gotta stick to logic instead of emotions and impulses. Pineapple the shit out of that push. If it hits stop loss, I'm coming for Schmidt. Agent Schmidt. Are you in this trade? No, we closed for 11 pips. We took a W. See? Sells plus 11. Hang. Wix, that should not count as a win. People lost money. People lose money every single day when I trade. Just because you lost money doesn't mean I didn't win. I mean, it's not funny, maybe for you, but I made money. Why wouldn't I count that as a W? I made 11 pips worth of dollars. And every single one of those entries is in the signal channel. And my closure is in the signal channel. Most people aren't quick enough to understand closing multiple and being. So how does that affect my win rate? How does that all of a sudden reflect on me as a losing trade? Most people didn't take a win, but Wix did. So Wix should put down a loss? No, the logic is flawed on there. Where would I close? I would still have my trade open here. I would have had a pineapple up here. I would have a pineapple right where the market is at right now, this yellow line, and I would still be holding it. I've been explaining it this whole time. If I didn't close there, I wouldn't close it because I didn't close there. I would close it based on logic, and we would have to be breaking these highs, right? Because I still believe the market will pull back. Yeah, my terminal is all blue. I don't have a red in my terminal since our last pineapple where one of the positions was red. Well, it was, and that was on a Forex MT5, right? I do not have a single red number in my terminal on the futures broker. We have not had a loss since we started doing futures. And if you know how futures counts, they count the average of positions, so they're all like one position for me. I do not have a single red. Oh, I got a synchronization. You're right. You're right. I do have a synchronization. I have two of them. I got two synchronizations. I got one for 50 and one for 30. Final pineapple? I would have entered a pineapple as it was coming up here. And then I would have entered a pineapple as it was up here. And then you had, I don't know, where did it come down? 28. What were entries? I think you're still down there about 5 pips on where it came down, right? If you had pineapples here and pineapples here, I think right here where it came down, you would still, I think you're still, oh, you'd be down 15. Your average position, 2682. That's a really good average. It's a really good average. You got there. There was, oh, I got 2683. You got really close. Yeah, I'm probably not closing that out. If that was happening to me, I'm probably not closing it out, even though 2682 is average and it got to 2683, because you're expecting a support down here, 2682 flat. That's a smaller time frame, right? The higher time frame support, well, the 30 is also actually that support. So you would expect 82 flat at the very least before another push up. $30 also respected resistance, right? The previous 30. Jay, how did you close? How did you do? Bro, there's no way you closed that in profit. Go look at my entries. You could count it on your own. I don't need to show you my term. Let's go back. Let's go back. Just like price. Don't worry. Don't worry. If you didn't close yet, like I said, price will still come back down and you're still ahead in the trade. But if we go back, let's go. Who's ready for all your pineapples to work out? So let's do this. Let's go to our first pineapple. Entry number 1, bang. Entry number 2, right here. See that? Entry number 3. Entry number 4. Entry number 5. Where do we close? $26.81.05. So I'm sorry, 26.81.03. So let's go. This was closure. 26.81.03. Right there. That was closure. This position would have been down around 13 pips. This position would have been down about 4. This position, so that's around 17. This position would have been down, would have been up 11. And this position would have been up 8. Right? So 11 and 8 is 19. And the drawdown on this was 13 and 4, which is 17 between these two positions, right? And the fifth position was basically the middle. So do the math. 10 positions and about a pip and a half profit for each 11 pips. How do you not work that out? Your spreads are different on futures. I have exactly 1 pip spread throughout the entire move here. I've had 1 pip spread. The entire time that we've been moving, my spread is 1 pip. Wix 9 breakout is a breakout, Andy. Why didn't we take the buys? Nothing set up for the buys. Nothing. We're still likelier to come down than to come up. We are still likelier to drive down than to come up. Previous candle, the 4-hour, closed bearish, closed below the most recent, left a massive range to fill down, never retested any of the lows, and the way we opened up on this candle was with a top wick, no bottom wicks. We are going to come down. At some point, we will come down. Can you be patient enough and manage risk wise enough to get there? Yeah, every single entry was the same lots. It's not about profits. It's not about losses or how many pips. It's really your risk management. If you can figure out your risk management and be profitable with it and bring that into every following trade, there's no reason you should be losing. Or there's no reason you should be losing big, right? You'll take losses, but if you're doing stuff according to logic, you'll close out for small losses according to logic, right? Sometimes you'll take bad positions or mismanage the pineapples and you'll take big losses, but that's how you're going to get to the proper way to take them. You're going to take a loss, you're going to learn a lesson, and you're going to pick up some wisdom along the way, and you're going to try to figure it out. It's going to incentivize you. The loss is going to incentivize you to take action and update what you're doing, right? But this shit will come down. You guys will take dubs as long as you're patient enough. 82 area roughly. There's no difference in what we've been doing. Yeah, we've been doing this, the entire time throughout our entire streak, right? And in the case it doesn't come down, you're going to need to wait. You can't just close because it's not coming down, right? You're going to need to have closures. You're going to need bottom wicks on the next candle, bouncing up support, then start breaking highs. Then you could say, all right, now I'm in the wrong direction. Wicks, most of us are using a funded account. Okay. So that means what? I should start changing something about myself? I don't know. What are you trying to insinuate? What are you insinuating? Just accept that was a bad trade, half the stream loss. No, it was a win for me. There's the reason I'm in that trade is the reason I have a 74 trade win streak. No, we've been taking the same positions over and over and over, and as long as your risk management is on point and you understand how pineapples work, there's no reason for you to not trade it. Yeah, I'm up over 40 pips for the day. You are 100% correct. I take correct trades with you. My issue is my pineapples are over leveraged, so then you run out of room for more pineapples, right? I have room for about 10 or 11 pineapples right now. How much percent do you risk on a pineapple? I don't know. My average loss is somewhere between, I don't know, 5 to 10%. That's an average loss. My average W is roughly around 1%, like 0.8%. But that's gonna change now for this year because the percentage they're gonna be bigger because the futures account is a smaller account. 10 to 11 stacked positions on gold is a recipe for disaster. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Unless you're Wix 9. Like I said, not everybody can smoke, right? Or get high or smoke weed whenever they trade. But I can. That's just me. I'm not the rule. I'm the exception. Not everybody can do pineapples. Not everybody can manage pineapples like me. But I can. I'm not the rule. I'm the exception. Come down. Oh yeah. I'm waiting on this to fucking come back into profit so you guys can get your W's as well. Even in Signals channel, whoever is trading in Forex took a loss. No, I think people are in drawdown. I don't think they would have closed. All right, minus 14. All right, a pip or two. Yeah, but Forex, so I can understand Forex took a L. Let's say we were 1 or 2 pips in profit and Forex has a 2.5 or 3 or 4 pip spread. You're down. Yeah. But on a futures chart, if you did exactly what I did and you're on a futures chart and you took my entries, you definitely did not lose. I closed even when Wix called it. It was an even area. It was 1 pip in any direction would have swayed it plus minus 10 pips, right? 2 pips in any direction would have swayed it plus 20 pips. Oof. Oof. 1 minute here. 1 minute for this 15. Let's see. Is this going to be the first closure above the range? We'll see. We'll see. Oh, first of all, let's get rid of all of this. We don't have any of this. There's too many fucking lines on screen. Let's mark it up again. Let's mark it up again. I'm not done, chat. I'm going to be here for the next half hour. If this shit sets up again, we'll take it again. On XAU, I had 4 positions open, closed when you did. Well, I took 5 separate entries. So if you did everything I did, you'd probably be in profit. I'm still holding this motherfucker because I'm not over risking and I can handle this little punk ass loss. It's not a loss. It's not a loss. It's a loss when you close it out negative or for a minus, but you're still ahead probability wise. So it's not a loss yet until you close. Interesting. And that closed right at it. Yeah, this is going to be key because is this level going to turn into a support now, right? Look at all the wicks coming off of that area and the drive down off that area. This is the key, but if you look at the 4 hour, where does this shit look like it's going? It's going to have to close here for a 4 hour candle at 2 p.m., right? For above this area for you to say that you're wrong. Chat, we can stack pineapples for the next 3 to 4 months. No, you sound like an idiot. That was 10 pips in profit or 11 pips in profit, not because we waited for it. It's not the pips that mattered. It's the levels and the way the candles were printing that mattered. We could have closed if that level was 40 pips in profit or 2 pips in profit or at -6, we would have closed there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the pip count was. What matters is risk management and what it's based on, and it was based on levels and candles, not on how much money there is in my account. Your logic is flawed. You cannot take pineapples for the next 10, 15 months, 3, 4 months. You can't even take pineapples for the next hour. You can't take pineapples in the next 10 minutes because your pineapples and my pineapples are a different thing. You're talking about nonsense. I'm talking about actual risk management. It's funny that it wasn't a lot. We won 11 pips. If you lost, it's because of your lousy risk management. Even if we're cool, I'm telling you that. If you lost, it's because of your lousy risk management. My trade won. Can it break the low here? Even if it doesn't, even if you get bullish close, like, look at the 4 hour. Look at the daily. Up or down, we're going to need bottom wicks or a drive down. Orders have not been grabbed. We just drove up. And if we drove up, market's going to need to come back and, grab those orders. I'm not even in a trade and I'm holding your hand through this. Most streamers or most traders, they're like, nah, fuck that. I took a W. You guys are on your own. See you later. $82.4 just tapped. You should be in profits. All of you should be in profits. 82. This is profit area. Fuck, can we go back here? All of you should be in profits. It's too far. Fuck, when was it? Yeah. Fuck that. Whatever. Who else would walk you through this? We were up here. We were up here. I'm not telling you to make shit up that the market needs to come back down for orders. I'm telling you this for your own good. It doesn't move in a straight line. You're not going to see what you thought you're going to see. When we're up here, what other person is going to have the confidence to tell you, no, it's going to come back down? It's going to... Nobody. This shit looking like it's bullish and people are like, yeah, I don't know if I can give you advice here. I don't know if I want to risk it. No, I'm telling you with confidence. You're all in profits now. You're welcome. -5, 14 positions. Honestly, that's exactly what I would have had. I would have had 14 positions. If we were still in, there was one more right here, one more up there. 14 positions is exactly what I would have been in. How far down? You're in pretty heavy profits right now. You're 100% in heavy profits right now. You took this pineapple and you took this pineapple where I was telling you, you're in profits, where I marked them off. You might be in drawdown, but you're ahead probability-wise. If you're in doubt, zoom out. Next time you need me to hold your hand through a trade, all you got to do is just be quiet and show up in the morning. I don't know how many times you need to learn the same lesson over and over. The market doesn't move in a straight line. How far? I would have closed at 82 because 82 was a support area personally. But I don't know about your ego. Maybe your ego wants to hold it. Look at this area right here. Right here. Right? Across the board. Another support. You can pop right off of here. The market's giving you a chance to get out. You're 10, 15, 14 positions deep. Get the fuck out and profit. Unsubscribed. Appreciate that. Thank you. Walked you through it. What are we doing now? No, don't use the R word, please. Thank you. You'll get banned. That was not profits. That was massive profits. That was a lot of profits. You, my friend, are severely disillusioned. Just like you said, it can reject off this level. It's currently bouncing off it. You can't disregard them. You can't disregard these supports. I told you this is exactly where I would have closed. Market is giving you a chance to get the fuck out. Get out. I literally just said it. You're 14 positions deep. That's not what you want to be in. Yeah, you want to take them as, as risk management techniques, but the market's giving you a chance to get out. You're in profits. Get the fuck out. Yeah, there's nobody fucking doing this. I swear, there's nobody breaking this down. Nobody. I don't give a fuck. Don't care what you guys say. Nobody's breaking this down like that. Thank you for the profits today. Couldn't close initially, but added one more at the top to close out. Yep. Up your lot size and there's no need to place 20 positions? No, that's where my comfort level is at. There's a need to take 20 positions. Shaking my head, just spamming the button, hoping isn't risk management, Wix. Wix gave us the ball. Play accordingly to your account. I don't agree with that. I don't think they're spamming the sell button. I think they were clicking the sell button at places that made sense for them. Right? Not everybody had the same levels as me, but takes screen time to learn risk management. Yeah, it takes experience to understand risk management. You jinxed us earlier, Wix? How did I jinx you? Everybody took a W. I think this was a really, really good stream. I think this was incredibly valuable. Especially for the ones who want to fuck around. Well, you found out, right? You want to fuck around? You want to have an ego? You just found out. Look at that. Bounce. 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 Now you can say we pulled back and grabbed orders and bounced off a support. Now you can say the market doesn't owe you a bottom wick on this 4 hour, right? Because looking down here, remember I said we have to drive off something. So the market will pull back to drive off support. It pulled back. We had identified this area as a support, tapped it on the dot, and it drove up. It doesn't owe you any steeper of a pullback. It's driving off a level now. It doesn't have to come back. But before, when you were driving, you're not driving off a level. You were just pushing up, right? It was more of a pullback for the drive down. Now that you got that closure, now that you pulled back and you've tapped support, there's no reason for you to still trust it. Why? Because at this support, when you're tapping it, you're once again back to 50-50. Whether you break down or come up, you're at 50-50 in this area. If you're not going to enter a trade 50-50, why stay in it? Yeah, this is very valuable stream. It's an L? Yeah, for you. I got 43 pips on the day. Honestly, appreciate you walking us through it. When you told us the second time to get the fuck out, I was out. Yeah. Look at this shit now. I was in a buy because of the 4 hour market structure. If my analysis goes against Wix, I skip it. There's nothing wrong with taking your positions. You can take bits and pieces of what I do. You don't have to. You could be here for, for the vibes, but just let's have an intellectually honest conversation, not just like, oh, that was an L for me because L for everybody because I lost. No, you lost because you took a L. Are you taking another trade? I would look for one depending on how we close, yes. If this can push up here, so let's look. Would we take a trade here on a sell? No, we wouldn't. You know why? Because there's a level that runs across right there. And unless we're below that area, we're not taking any sells, right? So same thing for a buy. Let's flip it back. Motherfucker. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Yeah. So let's flip it back. I don't know. For some reason, it's easier for me to identify sells than buys. So would I take a sell in this position? No. So then I'm like, I wouldn't take a buy in this position. That's why you see me flip it sometimes. My mind just works like that, where it's easier for me to recognize a sell than a buy. So you'll see me flip charts sometimes. But yeah, I would expect us to close above this area if we want to look for more buys. Or we're going to need to really pull back heavy, but we already had that. Look at the 30. We already did that on the 30. So I'd really want another push up above the range. Now at this moment, Wix, we will be behind in the trade. Yes, you're now behind in the trade. You've pulled back here. You've come up. You've made a bullish flip. I don't know if I would call this behind or 50-50, but you're definitely, the probability of your trade driving down has gone down because you've already come down here. Right? You've come down, grab orders coming up. So I wouldn't say that you're behind. What I would say here is that the probability, or whatever edge you had, the probability of it playing out has gone down. Dude, you went into a trade when it was crazy bullish. Why do you guess that as soon as you sell, the market will fall? We don't guess. You haven't been here long enough. Probably your first stream. If I'm wrong, then it's your second stream. Very easy to identify somebody that hasn't been here before. You're asking rookie questions. All right? Come on, Rook. Grab a seat on the bench. Pay attention. Watch. Your assumptions are wrong, and thus you're creating a flawed basis for the conversation, which I don't want to entertain. We can't entertain a conversation that's based on flawed logic. Just show up here for a month or two. You'll understand that no, we weren't bullish, we were bearish. We also closed below the most recent. Look, there was nothing here when we closed here telling you that the market's driving up. There's nothing telling you the market's going to drive up 100 pips. 90 pips, nothing. The only thing you're being told here is you close below the most recent. As long as you're getting the top wick, you're likely to fill part of this range down. I think you gave the assist, but some folks just can't dunk. That's funny. That's a good way of putting that. New York has never reversed. No, New York has pushes like this all the time. But if you understand that market doesn't move in a straight line, it's not going to have this push off nothing and just continue up. No, it's going to pull back and grab orders. And if you can understand that, and if you take your pineapples correctly and you manage risk correctly, and you'll find areas, advantage points where the market gives you a chance to get out, you can identify all that. You're going to have an easier time. I identified all of that before I got in a trade. Dude, you didn't wait for any confirmation. How would you know if it's your first day here? How do you know what my confirmations are? How do you know what I'm looking for? You're assuming. You know what happens when you assume, right? You ruined my funded account. You will never make money as a trader. You will never be successful. You, my friend, are never going to be a profitable trader as long as you have that mindset. You know what your problem is? You have an issue accepting the raw responsibility that trading puts on you. You don't want to be responsible. You're afraid of the raw responsibility because it's only you. It's you clicking the button, because when you take a W because of my position, you don't say, hey, it's you. No, you say you won, right? You won, right? When you finish, when you take my trades, the last 75 positions, and you win, and then you go to the park or you meet up with your boys or you go to the store, you don't tell them, oh, I copied. No, you tell them I won in Forex, right? So take the responsibility for your loss, all right? Not me, your loss. The day you start taking that responsibility that you were the reason you lost and you are the reason you won, maybe there will be hope for you to be profitable. Until then, you're not a trader and you ain't about it. You just pretending. Are you really about it? Or does your drawdown make you switch up? Yeah, I'm getting a nonsense message from somebody who just figured out how to use MT5. It's crazy. What happened? Oh, Wix9 got a W, and then I walked everyone else that was in drawdown through the trade on how to get the W. It's not a good closure, not a pretty closure, but we might call it a session here. That's not a pretty closure. Signal channel. Let me look. Let me look. All right. Signal channel. Possibilities. It's possible we get more entries if this market can start driving down here. If we can get a 1530 to start coming down below 80, below 78 areas, we can look for more positions. It's possible as long as this pushes heavy down here. This is strong resistance. We've respected it a few times. If we don't break it and push down off of it, I don't think we'll be coming back up here. Right? So that's going to be the key. We would need to start breaking down 80, 78. That's funny because that would also be the 4-hour flip here. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, I think you would need the 4-hour to flip and not take the flip, but the price would need to be below the 4-hour flip for us to start looking for positions. So if you're in a signal channel, that's what we'll look for. If we're below that 4-hour flip, I will look for positions. If that happens before 1 p.m., if it doesn't, right, then we'll take it to Asian session. But it's these kind of days. It's the days where we sit through drawdown that really build your understanding of what I'm looking for and how to manage risk. I think you guys shouldn't be complaining about these days. You guys should be taking the biggest lessons out of days like today, right? Because it's not often we take a loss to learn a lesson. But it's quite often we have drawdown and we know how to manage risk, that we update our experience and we learn how to manage risk more optimally. So that's why I like these sessions. Yeah, there's drawdown. Yeah, there's some back and forth, but that's what creates the discussion on why and how. And this is the times that are going to stick in your head whenever next time you're in this position. It's not the sniper entry on the previous trade that took us straight to TP that's going to stick in your head. You're going to forget about that real quick. You probably forgot about it already, right? What's going to stick out in your head is these trades and how you reacted to them, how your mindset was. Were you stoic? Did you panic? And the concepts that worked and didn't work. Pineapples here worked. The closure there worked, right? And that's what you're going to lock in on for the next time that you're in this position. Yeah, any other fucking streamer would have taken that dub. Oh, close out. See you guys later. Oh, you're in draw. All right, I don't care. See you later. I took a dub. Oh, yeah, 75. We didn't add that to the stream record. That's when. Thank you. $389. Straight Goku got a chunky dub. Because you took all these pineapples, and if you closed out where I said at 80, well, I closed at 82, but if you closed it out right here, right at the level, it's around what, 81 flat. Yeah, you made buku bucks. What else? What else? Yeah, let's call it a session here, gang. Let's call it a session. Hold on, let me read some of the Zoom chat. W stream on capacity burnt out. W, nice holding of the trade. Next pineapple zone. I'm on it, holding. It should drop soon. So you guys made money, right? Everyone that held, did you guys make money? Everyone in the Zoom that held. Everyone in the signal channel. How did you guys do? Back up to 26 in profit. All in all, annoying but still profits. Yeah? Made 10 pips. W law. Funded account, only 2 pips. Most likely spread if you didn't see profits. I concur. I agree with that. Made 120 pips. 12 positions for each. Lost a little, broke even on, yo, for the most part, people in the signal channel have won. I think the only losers were the Forex people. Wix, if you didn't say it would come back, I wouldn't have seen that until you started explaining it. Yeah, you probably would have just closed in drawdown because you're watching the market drive against you and you're like, fuck, how much longer is it going to drive? As it just keeps going, I'll blow everything. No, be logical. Don't risk everything so you don't blow everything, and so that thought never even comes up, right? And doesn't take your attention away from being logical and applying logic. You're trading futures only? Yes. I live in the United States, and unfortunately, I don't have the same comforts and options provided to me that you guys do if you're outside the US. Look, it's not about the cards that you're dealt, even though a lot of the times you want to get dealt good cards. What's really going to matter is how you play them, right? How you play the cards that you're dealt. The cards I've been dealt here have taken me to futures, and I'm just playing the hand I was dealt. It'd be so funny when this 4-hour flips and fucking we spent an hour and a half listening to you guys complain that this 4 hours driving against you. I only have my work account, 10% drawdown. I work with everything in one account. Yep, W. Wix, come back to Forex. We don't understand futures. No, join me on the future side so we can all be regulated, right? We don't have to worry about the offshore broker paying us, not paying us. No, you get paid the day you request a withdrawal, and perfect. They're regulated. The United States government nobody can say anything, right? When I'll post my broker statements at the end of the year, can't say this shit was manipulated, this shit was whatever it is, photoshopped, or you can't say nothing. Super valuable stream today. Yes. I learned from XAU USD. That's what I've spent 5 years or 7 years, 6 years. No, wait, 20. So I started trading in August of 2018. So 6.5 years. Crazy that we had less viewers with most valuable stream. I don't know. Honestly, usually the drawdown brings people around, but I tell you what it was. It was because I actually took a W, and because when I'm in drawdown, We'll have 400 viewers. As soon as I'm in drawdown, 700. As soon as I close in profits, back to 400. If I took a loss, it would be like 900 people in here. Just talking shit. Like, I don't know how the losses bring in more viewers, but it's fucking crazy to me. People that were complaining, you notice they're not even here anymore. Because most of the stream took a dub or you know, had enough patience. Keep losing, get more subs. I have a theory on this. I think people sub to the people that they feel relatable to. Like, if you're relatable, we were talking with Don about this. Like, if you're relatable, if people can relate to you, you get a lot more subs, right? So how do people relate to you? Either by being in the same age group as you, or by achieving the same things as you, or coming from the same place as you, right? So you got to have something in common for people to relate to. It's either your mindset and your age, where you guys are at in life, or it's what you've been through and where you come from, right? And typically that's how people relate to you. And for me, I'm very unrelatable. I'm I'm not your typical friend that you guys would be friends with. Like, and that I think is the issue. I don't even think that's an issue. I think that's just the hand that was dealt. It will come down, Wicks? No, the probability of it going down has gone down significantly after that 30 grabbed support here. Remember, we just spoke about this also. We spoke about that. It's hard for a lot of people to relate to me because, like, first of all, the most of the people in here are younger than me, right? And I'm older than most of you. I probably have kids that are, you know, your ages, right? We've been winning nonstop, which is not what I can say for the majority of the industry, right? I don't come from the same place as you come from, right? I definitely don't look like most of you guys. And my mind definitely works differently than a large majority of you guys, right? It's like there's not a lot of relatability between us. Yeah, I mean, I got kids your age or almost your age, right? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, rotten. Is it, F- yeah, I expect, honestly, I just expect the same level of logic and thought, you know, from other people. Like, cause like I see through the bullshit with these, I don't know, the marketers or the other streamers or like who. I see through the bullshit just by listening to. I can tell if someone's profitable or not just by having, you know, a small 2-second conversation with them. I can tell if you're making money or if you're about it or if you really know what you're talking about or not really or you're bullshitting. I can tell that really quick in a conversation. I probably won't call you out on it. I'll probably just go along with it, right? I'll be Like, you ever be in a conversation when you're like, all right, that seems smart. Like, oh, I understand what he's up, full of shit. Up, it explodes in a split second. You're like, ah, you're full of shit. It doesn't take a lot. Like, you'll have a conversation and everything could be going fine, but it takes one thing to just explode the bullshit meter. Exactly. And I'm very good at that, and I'll never call you on it. I'll like, you'll be bullshitting. I'll be like, a word. That's really cool. That's amazing. That's like, I'll go along with it. I won't call. I don't care for the. I don't care for the. I don't care for the. For the butting of heads. I don't really care. I'll be like, oh, that's amazing because you're lying to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're not a trader. You're a marketer. Yeah. How old are you, bro? All right, so you're basically 20. All right, I feel that. I don't know if you guys know this. My oldest, so I never talk about him. I have a stepson, right? I know this is probably the first time I've ever mentioned it. And he's 21. He's about to be 22. You know what I mean? So imagine my oldest kid is 22, and some of you guys are 22-year-olds on here. I never talk on it because he doesn't live with us anymore. He's dorming in college. I'm not gonna say where, but like, my oldest is 22. You know what I mean? So mm, yeah, mm, yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, relatability. Like, I'm very cultured for my age, right? Like, I understand, but like, the reason I'm cultured is because I keep a lot of, like, young blood around me, right? All the kids, I'm always out in the parks. I'm always out, like, either with their friends, right? I take them all to the ice skating. Like, I'm very, like, I chill with those, right? So most of the time, when we go somewhere, everybody thinks I'm the oldest brother, right? Nobody thinks I'm dad. Everyone thinks like, oh, are you getting some for your sisters too? Yes, please. please? He's much older than I thought. Holy shit. Oh yeah, you see through people real quick. You see because you don't want to waste your time, and you need a bullshit meter because it saves you time. It's like, why would you even entertain or like, the next conversation if the bullshit meter is already like above 10, you know what I mean? So I can't entertain this conversation. It's a waste of my time right now, dog. Oh, wait, hold on. You guys can't hear Zoom? Am I having a conversation with myself out here? I don't think they hear you, Jay. Hold on, YouTube can hear Zoom? Oh, all right. Yeah. Hold on. Yes or no? Can YouTube hear Zoom? Oh, I'm out here on the YouTubes just talking to myself, Jay. They don't hear you. They hear me answering questions. I'm having a full conversation with the dude. He's over here making great points. Jay really killed it today. It was honestly his best stream. And you can't hear him speak. They think I'm fucking crazy, Jay. Look, they think I'm having a conversation. Nobody's saying nothing. They just listening to me talk and answer questions that nobody asked and then respond to shit. That's fucking crazy. Yo, we're gonna have to figure this out. I can't be having conversations. So every single time Jay has spoken, you guys haven't heard him. Now that you put it that way, you do look crazy. Nah. You're not on. Nah, they can't go. Jay's saying so they can't even go back. I swear, it's not a voice in my head, chat. He's there. Wait, where are you? You see, you can tell he's talking. You see the little green box over here? That means there's sound coming from his mic. Nah, they don't fucking hear you. Damn, that's crazy. I'm gonna be fixing. Yo, honestly, I'm gonna need somebody's help tonight. I'll hit you up. Maybe you can help me, or Eddie, or somebody that can hop on the YouTube side and the Zoom side at the same time, so I can figure out how to get the sound working. I think I want to work on the sound. Wick's trying to explain he not crazy. Well, I definitely look crazy and sound crazy because if I was watching my stream, I'd be like, who the fuck is this asshole talking to? There's not even a question like that in the chat. Just making shit up. No. No, you're only cooking for the Zoom gang here. All right, chat. Look, I'm gonna need you to kind of remember everything you said today and bring your best. Bring your best to stream tomorrow, so you can cook it up again. Yeah, yo, help me fix this now. I'll hit you up. I'm gonna need you on the YouTube side to see if shit's working. maybe around 7. 6:37 Eastern, my time. Yo, chat, before we dip off from here, you know what you got to do. We're at 43 pips for the day. Spam some fucking dubs. The winning streak lives on. 75 straight dubs. Spam some W's. Let's fucking go. Yeah, after that push up, we really haven't moved up here or moved up or down. It is strange to me, the 4-hour so my pricing is the same, but my 4-hour is 7, 11, and 3 on MT5. Is anyone else getting that 4-hour print? So on TradingView, I see this, but the 4-hour on my broker is not this. The 4-hour closure on my broker is at 11, and then at 3, 7, 11, 3. Meanwhile, it's 6, 10, and 2 on TradingView. That's how yours is on the broker. So I don't know, but price-wise, price is identical because this all comes from the same feed. It doesn't matter what your broker is. The actual price comes from the same feed. But I think depending on what broker you're using is where they're going to have their rollover hours and how they're going to count their 4-hour time frames. Yeah, that's really weird. I just noticed it because I don't trade off the MT5, right? I trade looking at TradingView. I do my analysis on TradingView and then I just go to MT5 and just press the button. Right? Oh man, this 4-hour flip is incoming. Incoming. Jeez. I don't know. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done here. We're done for this session. Chat. Thank you for being here with me. Zoom gang. Glad you guys stayed through the end. Congrats to everybody that held and got a W. Congrats to everybody that got a W with us or learned a lesson. Even if you took a L, hope you learned a lesson on how to manage risk, where and when to add pineapples, and why not close when you're in drawdown, even if your your trade is ahead probability wise, right? A lot of value in this stream. This is the stream that's going to make your future trading better. These streams, not the ones that make today's trading really well, because they do nothing for your future, right? It's these situations that really build your skill, right? Really hone in your skill set. All right, gang. let's call it a session. Mods, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you helping me run the stream. Yeah, like a third, like 2/3 of the people, more than half the people already dip. Pip and dippers. All right, chat. Love and wisdom to you all. Zoom gang, I'll see you on the Clubhouse side of things. Signal channel. Honestly, unless this 4-hour flip starts driving, I'm not going to be locking in. I'm going to be waiting for Asian session. So if you see that happen, I'll tell you guys. I'll post a message, hey, lock in here. But if it doesn't happen here in the next hour or by the time this hourly closes, go enjoy your day, and I'll see you guys tonight for Asian session. Okay, gang. All right, let's call it here. That's my time. My time here is up. And chat, just like that, another New York session is in the books. Enjoy your day, everybody. See you tomorrow, 8 a.m. sharp. I had to drop off kits today. That's how I was running a little bit late, but we had news. It's okay. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. sharp. See you on here. Later.